The humble Range Rover. Or is it Land Rover? I don't know which one is the brand name and which one is the sub brand. I think that should be important information to have before placing record. Anyway, Range Rover, damn, I love them. They suck. Main drawback of owning a Range Rover is reliability. Believe it or not, this thing sucks. I mean, they're plagued with electrical issues, timing chain issues if it's a diesel, DPF issues if it's a diesel. It's a diesel. Range Rovers genuinely don't have the best reputation for reliability. And I genuinely thought that, no, this is blown out of proportion and these things aren't that bad. Until I did a deep dive on the Range Rover Evoque, because for some reason I just thought that was the prettiest thing on earth. And these things suck. They genuinely do suck. I think that they even have like a class action lawsuit for Range Rover customers genuinely just not being happy and suing the company for making shitty products. And it's like, good on them. But like, if you like picked up a snake that's colorful and you know that the snake was poisonous, but because it has a pretty color and then it bites you, who's really at fault here? And don't worry, bro, I'm picking up that colorful snake right with you. If I could afford the Range Rover, bro, I'm buying that thing in a heartbeat. Did you see how this thing looks, bro? Did you see how this thing looks? I mean, I saw it on like when it got released. I saw a couple YouTube videos. I saw Kawa reviewing them. I saw other car channels reviewing this thing. Doug DeMero also reviewed one. I'm talking about Range Rovers in general, by the way. I'm not talking about the Evoque anymore. But bro, these things are beautiful, bro. I think maybe I've seen like damn near all the Range Rovers I've seen, from the SVR Sport, Range Rover, the Big Daddy, the LP 400, I think it's called. But bro, these things are amazing visually in and out, bro. Like, just look at that interior, bro. Look at that interior and look at that exterior, bro. This thing is so tempting. And that goes for all Range Rovers in general to me. All Range Rovers to me have like mad desirability. Falling for the product. I mean, this could probably be like a good brand and not really a good product, right? Toyota, for example, when you buy a Toyota, you are buying the product. You're not necessarily buying the brand, unless you're like a Toyota fanatic, which I get you. Toyota makes amazing cars, especially the GR line, best of the best. But if, let's say, you own Land Rover, fuck it, let's talk about Land Rover. Sometimes you're not really buying Land Rover because you want a Land Rover. You're buying Land Rover because you want the Land Rover. Let me speak. Land Rovers suck, but because the brand image is so good, you buy the Land Rover. Now, maybe I fell for that marketing because god damn, bro, I want that blue Range Rover Sport SVR so badly, bro. And I think the SVRs are like still unreliable, but like the better unreliable ones, if that makes sense. And I think they are starting to pick up at the reliability side. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not seeing a lot of people complain about its reliability anymore. And lots of people be like, no, maintain the car, bro. This thing has like electrical gremlins. And no amount of maintenance can fix an electrical problems, bro. And to be fair, lots of modern cars have electrical problems too. And this thing also has like, from another thing I've seen is suspension issues, especially like the more equipped Range Rovers. They have air suspension, and these vehicles are very heavy, and sometimes the air suspension just gives out. And that's why you see a Range Rover and it's like, it looks like it's like dropped because it's genuinely like it's dropped. And that's not nice because it also wears out like other components because the car is always on the floor, and it's not on the floor like where it was measured to be on the floor. It's like well below that because there's no air there, and it's like stuff are rubbing, and that's not good. That's at least what I've been told by the internet. And yeah, but I don't know, bro. Range Rovers just have such demand and like appeal to me. I don't know why. Like, and all of them, like genuinely all Range Rovers just, I don't know, they're just cool to me. Dog, I don't know, I saw someone like that made like an ASMR video of him, like he had the apartment in Monaco. He got out of that apartment and he jumped in his Range Rover and he went. I watched that video and it was so cinematic, and the car, I don't know, bro, it was so amazing. And somebody probably be like, Alfred, you are falling for the marketing hype. Damn, I don't care. Let me live in that dream, bro. Like, let me have the dream of owning a Range Rover. And I'll never blame someone for owning a Range Rover. I that can afford it. Let me add that at the end. I will never blame someone for owning a Range Rover if they can afford the Range Rover. Because if you buy a Range Rover new, it's kind of stupid because depreciation, But if you buy it used, it's kind of stupid too because, well, it's a used Range Rover, probably out of warranty, and maintenance, Range Rover maintenance, it crucifies you, bro. That thing crucifies your wallet and probably also your soul. Also, fun fact, Range Rover is owned by an Indian company, Tata. Yeah, England colonized India, and now India colonized England's car company. And like the scraps that the Chinese billionaire companies didn't buy, at least Lotus is now owned by a Chinese car company, which kind of sucks. The Mira is a really cool car though. I'll make a video on the Mira soon. But going back to like Range Rover in general, like let's say even Land Rover, right? The Discovery, bro. Imagine owning a Discovery 110 as like your daily driver, bro. Like, you know, you have kids, you have a sports car that's on the side. You have kids, you probably have to go to the countryside to go visit your grandparents, or maybe you have a holiday house that's like in the woods or like in the desert. If you're African, you know, or like up in the jungle, or I don't know. And you want a comfortable car that can serve as a daily driver that can also go off-road. Bro, the Defender is literally right there. Don't do it, obviously. Get a Lexus GX because it's basically better in almost every other way besides maybe fuel economy. But like, these cars are expensive in general. And going back to like buying these things used, if you are buying a Range Rover used, I genuinely wouldn't recommend it, honestly, because well, reliability, maintenance, yada yada, and also probably because you are buying a $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4, maybe even $5 million car for $500,000, and you think you can afford the maintenance. Just because you're buying a Range Rover for the price of a VW Polo or Corolla, or maybe even a RAV4. RAV4 prices are going crazy, by the way, like holy smokes. But I mean, like, okay, yeah, RAV4, for example, if you're getting a RAV4, you're getting a Corolla, brand new RAV4, or like slightly used Range Rover. I see why the Range Rover is appealing. But the thing is, I don't even... Okay, let me say this. I don't even think it's fair saying that Range Rover is unreliable, because you guys are buying a 800,000 Namibian dollars, or rands if you're South African, car, and you want to compare and you want to say, nah, the maintenance should be the same as like a Toyota RAV4 or a Volkswagen Tiguan, maybe even on the highest. No, bro, that thing was a million, 1.8, 1.9, 2, depending on how you spec it, even $2.5 million car that you bought at RAV4 or RAV4 money. And just because you can afford to buy a car does not mean you can afford to keep it. And maybe that's why lots of people be like, no, Range Rover this, Range Rover that, because you probably did get a good example. You didn't maintain it, and maybe you saw the maintenance price and were like, nah, this thing sucks, or you just ignore the maintenance, or you treated it like a Corolla, and that's why it came back to bite you in the ass. Maybe that's why people say Range Rovers are unreliable and whatnot, because there are people on the internet that genuinely do swear by this brand. There are people that are on the internet that have only experienced minor issues, very rarely, but they are still there, which I genuinely like keeping that thought in the back of my mind that no, maybe these cars are actually good, and it's probably just the owners that actually make this car are more unreliable than it isn't. Then I do a deep dive on a specific Range Rover model and just be like, nah, it's actually the car that genuinely sucks because there's bad engineering. I don't say bad engineering, it's just questionable engineering at best. But yeah, that aside, Range Rovers have great, massive brand appeal, and I can't lie, I'll probably get one, bro. I can't even lie to you. Even like the classic Defender, bro. The classic Defender, oh my God, that thing is beautiful. And that thing is reliable. It's just that it has a lot of engine leaks and stuff. Yeah, just leaks in general. I think it's a leaky bastard. But besides that, it's like somewhat reliable. You're always gonna be working on it, but for the most part, it's reliable if you take care of it. Unlike the modern Range Rover, if you take care of it, it will still find a way to break down. It will always be on a tow bed. And I also did see that some Range Rovers mechanically aren't bad. It's just more of like the software thing. These things have hella sensors. And I think I saw an article that I'll put it up on the screen if I find it, but there's an article that was just raving at how many sensors the Range Rover had, and that's what made it also unreliable. And now those sensors, they go wrong, and well, obviously they go wrong, and the car is basically like, it's a computer that tells it everything. Well, every car has a computer that tells it what to do. But basically, if that computer flags that, oh, one thing is wrong, everything is wrong, and this entire car doesn't move. That's also a very common problem I've seen with Range Rovers. It's like, if there's a faulty computer, I don't know, is it the ECU? If there's a faulty ECU, and those things are expensive, if that thing goes, then the whole car goes. It's not worth scrapping, right? You can just get to the ECU. It's very expensive to fix and replace. That's also a problem that I've seen from what I've read. But yeah, Range Rovers. In conclusion, I probably like pain, and probably that's why I find these things amazing. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Comment if you think I'm a dumbass and Range Rovers are amazing, or they suck and I didn't do enough justice to why these things suck. Comment down below. If you did enjoy this video, like the video. If you didn't enjoy this video, dislike the video. And if you really enjoyed this video, you can leave a subscribe down below. I mean, it's free, and you'll get more of my shitty videos. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you speaking fast is a problem. I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.